Growth drivers. Supply-side drivers of Indian pharmaceutical sector. 1. Launch of patented drugs. Following the introduction of product patents, several multinational companies are expected to launch patented drugs in India. Growth in the number of lifestyle diseases in India could boost the sale of drugs in this segment. High Court allowing to export patent drugs to foreign players in the Indian market. 2. Medical infrastructure. The presence of a skilled workforce as well as high managerial and technical competence is a source of attraction for private players. Pharma companies have already increased spending in the country to tap rural markets and develop better infrastructure. Promotion of medical devices parks. Objective of the scheme is creation of world-class infrastructure facilities in order to make Indian medical device industry a global leader. In March 2024, Union Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizer and Health and Family Welfare Drive Mansukh Mandaviya inaugurated 27 greenfield bulk drug park projects and 13 greenfield manufacturing plants for medical devices. 3. Scope in generics market. India has the second highest number of US FDA-approved plants outside the US and is the largest provider of generic drugs globally. According to Mr. Bhagwant Khubba, Minister of State, MoS, for Chemicals and Fertilizers, India's pharmaceutical industry is the third largest by volume and the 14th largest by value in the world, generating more than 60,000 generic drugs across 60 therapeutic categories. About 20% of the global exports in generic drugs are met by India. 4. Over-the-counter, OTC, drugs. The Union government, in 2022, proposed to introduce over-the-counter, OTC, drugs in India through an amendment in the Drugs and Cosmetics Rules and allow their sale in the retail market without doctor's prescription. A draft notification issued by the Union Health Ministry has proposed that the 16 drugs, which include common antipyretic medicines such as paracetamol 500 mg, some laxatives, nasal decongestants and topical antifungal creams be included in the OTC drug category. 5. Patent expiry. About 120 drugs are expected to go off patent over the next 10 years, with expected worldwide revenue between $80 to $250 billion. Demand drivers of Indian pharmaceuticals sector. 1. Accessibility. As per McKinsey's report, July 2019, greater than $200 billion to be spent on medical infrastructure in the next decade. New business models expected to penetrate Tier 2 and 3 cities. Over 160,000 hospital beds expected to be added each year in the next decade. India's generic drugs account for 20% of global exports in terms of volume, making the country the largest provider of generic medicines globally. 2. Acceptability. Rising levels of education to increase acceptability of pharmaceuticals. Patients to show greater propensity to self-medicate, boosting the OTC market. Acceptance of biologics and preventive medicines to rise. Surge in medical tourism due to increased patient inflow from other countries. 3. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya JANAUSHADHI Kendras. As of January 2024, the total number of Jan Aushadhi Kendras in the country are 10,607. Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi during his Independence Day 2023 speech said that the government has plans to increase the number of Jan Aushadhi Kendras from 10,000 to 25,000. Over 650 million people were expected to be covered by health insurance by 2020. The government plans to provide free generic medicines to half the population at an estimated cost of $5.4 billion. 4. Epidemiological factors. Patient pool expected to increase over 20% until 2030, mainly due to rise in population. New diseases and lifestyle changes to boost demand. Increasing prevalence of lifestyle diseases.